Alright, welcome back to the episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. Tonight it's just a brotherly special of Chris and Alston. We're going to jump into the way too early 2026 World Cup conversations. Obviously, congratulations to Argentina on their giant World Cup win and burning their whole city down. Before we do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button for us. We're on our road to 250, and we are appreciating all the love and support. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for what you do for us. Make sure you like that video so it becomes more popular, and as always, feel free to hit us in the comments because you know we will get back with you. So, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say USA is going to win the 2026 World Cup, but you got to feel like we have just a little bit of a chance.
I mean, a chance is a far statement.
Okay.
Get out of the group stage and maybe win a knockout game.
Eighth best odds. That's all I'm saying. All right. So there's seven better countries in front of us.
Eighth best odds because majority of the people placing bets are
Americans.
So, I mean, anytime you look at odds, you can't with the U.S. in something like this, you can't say that those are real odds because they kind of account for a lot of people being homers and being like, U.S. No one's gonna be the U.S. And it's like, so I mean, eighth. I don't think I would have them on 8th. I think there's some teams I would have above them that they have below them. I would say probably 12th, which in FIFA rankings we're ranked 15 coming into this World Cup. So it's a step up. But yeah, 8th is, we're not the 8th best team in the world, and we won't be in 4 years.
Yeah, I think you and I have had some conversations about where some of these players age-wise are going to be in 4 years, and so for me, I think you have some people like I guess Tim Ream's extremely old, right?
He's retired.
He's not going to be on the team.
Zimmerman sitting at 29
right now would be 33, so you have some
playing
experience
center
there.
back.
So,
I mean,
Matt Turner's not young, but then you look at some of these younger players like Weah, and other
all the midfield.
Yeah, midfield and forwards that are going to be what I would consider an athlete's prime, somewhere between 26 and 28.
Yeah.
Probably should give a little bit of hope to American fans.
No, I mean this is the American golden generation. There's been golden generations throughout. Germany's had one. Belgium had one this World Cup. This was Belgium's golden generation. And what they did, they played like shit just because they didn't have the form. They had played together a lot. When they played together, they just did not have the Belgium form. They couldn't finish. And that's what kind of setting up. Yes, you're gonna have the players in the right age. It's, can we stay healthy, and can these players really take a step? Now, it will help that majority of the team is now in Europe leagues, whether it's Premier League for a couple of them, a lot of the smaller leagues, but they're still getting very, very good playing with other competitions, playing against some more talented people. We're not starting a whole MLS lineup like we used to, so you're getting that experience. But I mean, you're talking about a midfield between McKinney's and Pulisic that, I mean, right in their prime, going to be playing good football. Hopefully Pulisic gets moved from Chelsea so he can get more playing time, although having him on Chelsea is a big thing, and Chelsea is using him for advertisement, but we need him playing football. We need him playing. Defense is going to be a little scary. You're going to have Des, 28. He'll be 28. He's in. Like I said, the pairing between Zimmerman and Tim Reed. Reed's gone. Zimmerman, will he be there? We have that Christian Carter Vasquez. I may be saying his name wrong. He's a center back. He played in place of Zimmerman in one of the games this World Cup, so he'll be good sitting there. I think sure, defensively, that's where we're going to be the youngest at this coming World Cup. We're the youngest coming into this previous World Cup by 2 years. So we're going to be stepping into our primes. The biggest thing is, can we finish? I mean, you saw it at this World Cup. We couldn't finish. We created opportunities. I mean, could not get the ball in the back of the net. We need a true 10 to put the ball in the back of the net. Pulisic's playing more of a 9 position, but I mean, 8th is outrageous.
I mean, listen, there's some big names behind us like Italy, Netherlands, Belgium, Uruguay, Mexico. Like, there's some bigger clubs or countries behind us in that sense. But to better explain the odds too, I mean, you're talking about France at plus 500, America plus 1900, right? That's a large gap between the 1 and the 8. So
yeah.
I mean, let's talk a little bit about who your favorites is. I love France. I mean, Mbappe just in this final just showed, I mean, just elite status, right? Like best player in the world status, and so
I think he's been the best player in the world for a year now.
Yeah,
I think. I think when you look at a France squad, you're going to lose Giroud. You're going to have Benzema, who could come back. He was out this year for injury. Will he come back? Will he be too old? I mean, he's probably 29, 30 now, so you're probably talking 33, 34, maybe a little younger than that, actually. So he'll be paired up with Mbappe. When you have Mbappe, though, you have a good chance. I mean, they're going to have they were missing 2 other stars in the midfield this season. They lost their center back to a torn ACL in the first game or 2 of this World Cup. So, I mean, you're talking about a squad that's going to return most of their pieces, and the young star is going to get even better. You're talking about a 23-year-old Mbappe that's going to be 27.
Yeah, certainly deserving of the favorite for the World Cup. But let's talk like Brazil, England. Those are the next 2 favorites at plus 550 and plus 750. Any chance of those guys, actually beating France?
Absolutely. In any game they can.
No.
But in any game they could lose by 2 goals. Yeah. So it's what form are you coming into? Then Brazil, you're going to have a Neymar that's going to be older. He may not play every game. If he does, he may be subbed off a little bit. I mean, you're going to have to manage Neymar by then. Maybe not if he keeps up his conditioning, but, I mean, they have the young talent, and they always do. They always have great ball handlers. They always have people that can put the ball in the back of the net. You see these crazy goals by Brazil, but, again, for 3 or 4 straight years, they haven't made it past the round of 16. No. So it's not, is the stage too bright? What's going on there? They're always top 1, top 2, top 3 in the world, talent-wise, and they're always on paper that good. But when it comes to showing up in a tournament, especially the World Cup, lately it hasn't been, but in history it has been. So does Brazil get back to form? Then you talk about an England squad that everyone has hopes on. I'm surprised the odds aren't better. Yes, you got an older Harry Kane up top, but I mean, you have so many young talents, and they had 2 breakout talents in Bellingham in the center position and center midfield position, and they looked very, very good. I mean, they played France well. They didn't look good against the U.S., but I mean, they could beat France, but again, it's what game plays out.
Yeah. Let's talk about 2 squads that obviously have the big name players that there's some questions around whether they're going to, be too old to come back to the 2026 World Cup, and Messi and Ronaldo. So, what's Argentina's chances of repeating? And then, of course, Portugal, right there in front of America, plus 1,400, but, probably without Ronaldo.
Some would say they're better without Ronaldo.
Yeah. I mean, they won a game without him, so here in this World Cup.
They look stellar without him.
Yeah.
The thing with Ronaldo is they look stellar in that game without Ronaldo, but what you don't see is when they took Ronaldo off, they added a attacking center mid instead of their normal defending center mid. So you get more pressure up top. You get more attacking ability. So a lot of people are like, oh, Ronaldo's the problem, but when you look at they changed their whole form just to take Ronaldo off.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't want to doubt Ronaldo because he's physically amazing.
Yeah.
I think he could get his body into shape. I think he could play. Now, does Portugal make the decision that they're better off with Ronaldo, or they don't want the hassle of Ronaldo because having him on the team, you're always going to hear, why is he not in the starting lineup? If he's in the starting lineup, is he going to get taken off? Like, you're going to hear everything, and is that too much of a distraction of this team? And I think they can play well. I think they have young stars. Bruno Fernandes, very good. That Ramos kid that replaced Ronaldo, very good.
Very good. Ronaldo would be 40, right?
No.
Or 39.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think he'd be 39 or 40. So
Yeah,
I mean, that's up there.
Yeah.
For a soccer player.
Oh no, but if he plays a true 10, plays up top, and you're asking less of him, I think he'll play. I think you have him more as a sub.
Yeah.
If he's willing to.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're in a tied game, bring him in on the 60th minute or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you know he's only going to play 30 minutes, maybe extra time, maybe 60. If you get him something like that, I mean, he's one of the most clutch players in the world. So having him,
I mean, he's arguably he's certainly a top 5 greatest soccer players of all time. But I mean, you can make arguments in the top 3, top 2.
Yeah. After
this
World Cup,
might be a little aggressive, yeah.
No. I top 2. I personally say top 2. I never saw Maradona or Pele play, so I can't compare them. But I mean, I put him definitely top 2. So in Argentina, I think Messi can come back. I think Messi wants to come back. I think
Messi be 37, 38, somewhere in that.
He's 32 right now, so he'd be 36.
Okay.
So, and he may be 33 and
I think he's
36.
I think he's 33. So, but either way, I mean, you know, Argentina. Let's say Argentina with Messi got a chance to repeat.
Yes.
Not a great chance, but
not a great chance.
Yeah.
Yes, not a great chance, but a chance. They would need to not play France.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say they don't have a chance. They went 36 straight games without losing.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be more aged. Messi will still his talents will go on longer than Ronaldo's, just because of how they play. He doesn't require the best physical state. He's more mental. You watch him standing around, you watch him walking, but what is he doing? He's playing out the scenarios mentally.
Yeah.
So he can play longer in that situation. Messi's always loved playing for his country. And except when he retired in 2016 from country play. But now you win the World Cup, is there a reason to come back? Would be my thing. If he keeps playing competitive and he doesn't move to the MLS, which is a big thing going on right now, they want him to come back to PSG for another year, and they think it's going to happen. If he wins his 8th Ballon d'Or this year, like there's a lot of things that he could check off the checklist, and then it's like, why even come back? But I think he's that type of person that's like, I would rather come back and lose than not have played.
Yeah.
He loves playing the game, and so I think he's back.
So let's flip this. Argentina without Messi, any chance?
Very, very slim. He just creates so many moments in the game. I mean, they would still have a good squad. They've had some young attackers come up. Alvarez, who was the young player, won the young player award.
Yeah.
He's 22.
Stellar player though.
Yeah, stellar player, but it helps when you have arguably the greatest of all time around, drawing 3 defenders.
Yeah.
And one of the best assisters of all time as well.
Yeah.
So, I think he'll play. I think, again, it might be that situation where he manages minutes. Does he start and maybe come off? that you never see. He played every minute this World Cup. So,
if you're the manager of Argentina, is there any way if Messi wants to play, you leave him off this roster?
no, and he's already said that.
Yeah.
After this World Cup,
Yeah.
he was asked, "Is Messi going to return?" And he said, "I don't care if he, I don't care. Love to have him, but come 2026, there's a spot for Messi if he says yes."
Okay.
And so that's all you need to know. I think me personally think the biggest thing is if he continues to play with PSG, he will keep his form up. And if he keeps his form up, then he will want to play. I think if he goes to MLS, they kind of use him more as a marketing tool. Everybody's going to want to see him. I don't think he's going to be in that competitive state. He's not going to be He's not going to be playing for a Champions League trophy every year.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to drive him. If he's playing for that Champions League trophy, and guys better win it this year. I mean, Mbappe and Messi are together. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
With Neymar. So.
Yeah.
Who would you take right now?
I mean, I think there's a reason France has the best odds.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable placing some money on Brazil, though. I really think I know they have the second best odds, so that's a little cliche. But I mean, with Neymar in still a good age, well, not prime, but in a good age, and like you talked about, it, Brazil always has so much young talent team wise.
Finney Jr.
It's just about it's really just about them playing cohesively together. And not running into a stonewall team, in elimination stages. But I mean, really, Netherlands at plus 1900 is not a bad team either. Getting to watch them this World Cup, I like their defensive heavy strategy and just making you make a mistake, and they take advantage of those mistakes when they do it. So
they got some young players up top as well, Gappo and DePaul, and I think on that list.
Like deep sleeper wise, Croatia. I mean, I thought they played really well this year.
Their golden age is done. Modric's gone. A lot of their older defenders are gone.
Morocco, Denmark.
Morocco played well. They can't score. I mean, I think you give me Belgium at plus 3,200. I know their golden age is going to be old as shit, but I mean, they're ranked number 2 in the world right now.
Yeah.
Coming into this World Cup, you can't. They played bad. Don't get me wrong. Italy didn't even qualify. They're up there above. Belgium.
Yeah.
Italy's always got a good squad. I think Germany. Spain. Those two together. Hate that they were in the same group this year. That sucks. Both of those are that quality team. You're never going to get the greatest. You're never going to get the worst.
Things just kind of have to go their way.
Yeah, you're gonna be middle of the pack. They're gonna control possession. They're gonna control the game. Like you said, it would have to have either some good matchups, some balls bounce their way. Like they're going to need some help, but I think those two squads that what you're going to get every World Cup in and out. Same thing with Brazil. You're going to get flashiness with Brazil, but you're going to get that control possession, straightforward.
And they know how to score goals.
And they can put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah. Good defensively. Like you're going to struggle when you get Spain and Germany because they're so quality.
Yeah.
They're never overpowering, but they're quality.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we'll put a bow on this. Hit us in the comments. Let us know who you think will win the 2026 World Cup. And as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.